It's good to see a turnout like this at our public meeting, our regular meeting. Quite a bit going on in the county. I'll start with an update on the Commerce Pad site. We've gone through the process of presenting our case to the Virginia Economic Development Partnership to potentially seek additional funds for the development of the pad site. We should get a notification probably within this month as to whether they're going to do a site visit specifically for that request from them. We have initially requested $5 million in additional funds for that development. Presentation went great. It was myself, John Hull from the Roanoke Regional Partnership, and some of the consultants that we're using both for the site design and for the marketing of the project. One thing I'd like to throw out is Public Works put together a really thorough analysis of our utilities that we have servicing the Commerce Park site for the partnership, which has been submitted for their review. This past month, we also had a site visit from members of the Economic Development Partnership where 5 site selectors came to Alleghany County. Interim City Manager Dressler and myself showed them around. They, of course, saw our pad site. We went over to Rail Over River. This is the 3rd time they've come in a year, the 2nd time they've come in a 6-month period, which is a good sign. River Retreat Apartments, which is the apartment complex that you have going up by the YMCA, is back on schedule. They're looking at potentially being able to lease spring, early summer of 2023. And they're actually moving forward with going ahead and doing the build out of all 96 units. Initially, they were looking at just doing 48. So they're going to do the full build out of all 96.
Excuse me, Reid, do you have a number, a value of the 96?
Value
Value of that construction project?
Total value cost?
Yeah.
Not yet. No assessment on it yet, but I could run that for us.
Oh, just curious.
Sure.
It had to be.
I know I have seen some soft numbers from initially when it was presented to you guys, and I can dig those up and see where we're at now.
I was gonna say 6.5 or 7 million, something in there.
Yeah.
Somewhere around
Okay.
$7 million.
But there is something I've bumped into in the past that does have that number on it, and I can dig that up
That's
for us.
As long as he bills them, I don't care. I mean,
It's a good thing. I mean, you're talking about really knocking out a significant step of some of the housing needs that you have in Alleghany County and the city of Covington with that project. If we can get one more excellent housing project going, we'll really be on the right path to doing some great things.
It's like the loves, it's something new.
That's right.
Something new. We need stuff that's new.
That's right. Innovation Park, it's 170 acres that the county has. We've had it for about 20 years out on 42 right at the Triangle. I'm working with Hurt and Profit and doing some of the preliminaries of potentially putting a site design together for that. I'm going to get a group together to look at what we're doing with Hurt and Profit. Eventually they'll present a couple of options, and then after that we can look at potentially putting what the utilities would be on that site, but have good progress going. What we're looking at with that site is potentially a mixed-use residential and commercial, some light commercial use for that site. Boylan Springs School, Supervisor Cox and Supervisor Griffith and some of the county staff met with the Roanoke Regional Partnership out there this past month just to get a good look at the school, get some ideas on potentially how we could use it for economic development purposes. It's an interesting site, open classroom design built in the 70s, actually has its own water source. We have water source up there that we run that a couple of customers are on, producing an abundant amount of water for that building. So it's a pretty interesting site to look at, and we're just starting the preliminaries of breaking that one down. I was able to attend the Appalachian Regional Commission One Appalachia Conference in Flintstone, Maryland this past month. It was great. It's been since pre-COVID since I've been able to attend one of these. They give you a great overview of how some of this ARC federal money is being utilized and new programs that they have. I was also able to connect with some of our neighbors in West Virginia that actually touch our border about potential initiatives that we can run with them, utilizing some of this ARC money that is floating around currently. Update on the Jackson River Scenic Trail. We do have the go-ahead from DEQ to move forward with that project. The contractor at any time can be on site doing some of those improvements. There is one section that does have a washout that has gone through the initial permitting process and has now gone over to the Army Corps of Engineers. And we're waiting on their comments to see if we potentially need to do anything else regarding the build-out of the Phase 5 of the Jackson River Trail. Rosedale Park, Susan Hammond gave you a little bit of an update on the access that we're working on BDOT to do. It was a $250,000 allocation coming from the state. That's going to improve the ingress and egress of that park. Another great thing that we have going on, we're looking at potentially mid-January having the bathrooms completed on that park. Opening that park to some great recreational opportunities, sitting in a great spot. I did mention last month we had formed a career EMS committee, and we actually met for the first time last night. It went well. We're in initial conversations. I mean, the intent on what we're trying to do is there's some great volunteers doing great things with EMS countywide. We're very lucky to have them doing what they're doing. And we're just trying to start conversations as to what we potentially need to do from the county side to help them out. And that's my report for the month.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.